Hey everyone, it's Lydia here on Native Plant PMW, and it is the last day of Native Plant Month, and I want to showcase my spring plants that are growing. They are thriving right now in the garden bed, and these are wonderful plants to have in your garden. They are a bit aggressive. Once they get established, they will kind of take over the whole garden bed, which is the point. I want a ground cover that is native and that is going to keep this bed like alive and thriving and nutrient rich. So let me show you what they are. Right here is inside out flower. I planted just 2 or 3 of these guys and they have flourished. And amongst them is our fireweed, which of course is coming back from, last year. It will continue to take over this area as well. And I can always thin this out, but these guys make beautiful little flowers that look upside down. They're white and they are just adorable. Coupled with some, our native strawberries growing here. These are gonna just keep thickening up this area, filling this whole ground with a blanket of green. Next is the twin flower, and it is a vining one. It's a creeping plant, and that's what you want. It creeps along the bottom, sprouts up a single stem, and then that bifurcates into 2 little flowers. And so right now it is spreading and taking ground and really filling in all these gaps that I have going on in my garden bed. The thing about native gardens is inevitably you will get native ferns. This is a volunteer lady fern. I did not plant this, but ferns do spread by spores, and so a spore landed here and it's ripe for the taking. It has taken root and it is growing right here by this tree stump covered in native moss, and next to it is some silverleaf or cinquefoil as it's known. And if you look at the bottom of them, they have a silvery color. They bloom beautiful yellow flowers and the roots are edible. And of course, more of my strawberries are nearby, and all of this is just going to keep filling in and blanketing this understory with lush green native plants, which again is going to help keep this soil rich and nutrient dense for the native plants. Just like in nature, you don't want your garden beds to be barren. When you have no ground cover plants, you are just leaving space open for weeds to take over, and that's just more work for yourself, and it encourages the spread of invasive species. But when you plant native plants that are ground cover plants like our strawberries, the cinquefoil, or any other good ground cover that will could very much take over your garden bed like these, you fill in that space. It can help keep away weeds. It won't necessarily keep away all invasive weeds, but it will keep away most of them, and it will enrich the soil so that your garden thrives and you will have to do very little maintenance, very little fertilizer treatment, because the plants are doing the work for you. So when filling in the garden beds, choose native plants, and whenever possible, choose native plant ground covers.